everyone! Today we're building a powerful button component in Figma with variants, text, booleans, and instant swap. So you can use it anywhere in your designs. Ready? Let's get started. Let's start by typing our button label. Press Shift A to apply auto layout, give it a fill color, increase the left and right padding, tweak the corner radius to make it round, and rename the frame. Next, add a glass effect. Feel free to play around with the setting. I'll change the fill to a gradient, set the text color to white, and add a soft drop shadow. Let's tweak fill opacity a bit. Nice. Now I'll open the Assets panel and bring in an icon for the button. I created 3 styles for each icon. I'll pick up the thin version and insert it. Let's adjust the left and right padding. Much better. Now I'll add another icon. Move it to the right with the arrow key. Then select the button and turn it into a component. Now time to add properties to our button component. Remember, these properties aren't limited to buttons. You can use them on any component to make your design faster and more efficient. Let's start in the design panel. Click the plus button, choose text and give it a name. You can name it anything. Then in the value field, type your button label and create the property. See this little icon? It appears when a property is created but not yet applied. To fix it, come and click on the text to select it, then click the icon to apply the property. There we go. Now let's create a Boolean property. Booleans are basically true-false options. We'll use it for the left icon. I'll name it left icon with a true value. Select the left icon and in the appearance menu, apply property. Do the same for the right one. Now let's test it. Draw a frame, insert an instance of the button component and check the properties. You can toggle icons on and off, change the label. Here you can refresh the changes you've made. Let's drop an instance, tweak the properties and test it out. Looks great. Everything's working. I'll change the background frame to something colorful so we can see the glass effect better. I'm using AI to generate this, but you can use plugins like Unsplash, upload your own images, or even just use a gradient. Let's bring the opacity down. Good. Now let's add an instance swap property. This allows you to easily change an instance inside a component. It's super handy when you have similar components with different icons. Before that, here are the icons I created. I'll share a link in the description so you can grab them if you'd like. Each icon comes in 3 styles, so you can choose whichever works best for your design. Alright, let's get back to the property. Click the plus button, choose Instance Swap. Give it a name and select a value. You can choose from instances in this file or any connected library. I'll pick one from this file. You can also set preferred values by clicking the plus button, but you're not limited to them later. You can choose any instance or any component that you need. Now let's create the property. Apply it to the left icon and rename it left icon swap. Then repeat the same process for the right icon. Let's test it out. When you open the Instance Swap dropdown, you'll see the preferred instances. But like I mentioned earlier, you're not limited to those. You can also pick instances from another library or from other components in this file. For now, let's swap it with one of the preferred ones. But what if you want a button with just an icon, not label? You know what to do. It's easy. Create another Boolean property for the label. Done. Now that we've set up all the properties we need, let's add variants. Select the component and click Add Variant. This one will be our size variant. Rename the first one to default L, then the second one to default M. I'm going to make the large variant a bit bigger, then duplicate the medium one, rename it, and resize it to create the small default variant. Now let's add another variant for the state. Rename the property to state. This one will be our hover state. I'll add a drop shadow and reverse the gradient color for the hover look. Then select the variant default M and click the plus button to create another variant at the same size. Right click on the hover state, choose copy properties, then right click on this new medium one and paste properties. Rename it to hover M. Now repeat the same process for the small size to create hover S. Next, let's create a disable state. I'll adjust the color and effects, then make medium and small versions as well. Finally, let's set up and outline the state. Apply the visual changes and again create all three sizes, large, medium, and small. Now we are ready to see how to access nested instances and change the icon variants. But what's a nested component? It's a component inside another component. Exposing properties from nested components make it easier to change icons, states, or other elements directly from the main component. To set it up, select the component set, go to the design panel, click the plus button, and choose nested instances. Figma shows all nested instances and you can choose which properties to expose. Once you check the box, it's added to the button properties. Now we can easily swap icons properties. Cool. Finally, let's animate the hover effect. Switch to prototype mode, connect the default variant to the hover variant, and set the trigger to while hovering. Use Smart Animate with an ease out curve. Then connect hover back to default, triggered by mouse leaf. Preview with Shift Space. Cool. I'll just lower the color opacity back to 10% to really see the glass effect. You can create interaction between all the variants as needed. And that's it. If you found this tutorial helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, elevate and create.